Excellencies, sir, ladies and gentlemen, Course 23 is a class of participants whose moniker is change drivers. We recall the wise words of Gandhi that we need to be the change that we need to see in the world. In so doing, we chose a journey of change that began on June 18, 2020, a process that took us 343 days at this college, National Defense College. Many of us wondered how we would last all those days here. But having learned how to mongrelize and muddle through, today we speak a different language and sing a different tune. Nothing is impossible. And we have absolutely no doubt, might I add, in our minds that this was certainly meant to be. At this juncture, Your Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to share a few highlights and experiences of our lives here at NDC and a few lessons learnt. In the spirit of NDC, we held each other's hands through all the challenging times, picked up the pieces, and moved on with our journey. Our lecturers and resource persons were very dedicated, very insightful, passionate, and interesting. Some were also extremely hilarious. One Dr. Delta Alpha Lima Lima Alpha Romeo Sierra would make us sit on the edge of our seats for fear of being called out to us to answer a question, or just being called out for praying in class. The professors were brilliant, with an immense wealth of knowledge, but they had one thing in common, a challenge with IT matters. There was one who would always blame the technical hitches on the NDC platform. The problem was never theirs, even when it was sometimes obvious that they needed to refresh or check their connection. When advised to press escape, professor would say, "I can't see escape. Maybe it's on your side." And then there was the constant, "Can you hear me? Can anyone see me? Is someone there?" Our course coordinator had a tough task of coordinating us, having to deal with many civilians. A gentleman and a man of very few words, but very stern. Colleagues, do you recall the daily morning? "Can you settle down? Can you settle down?" Then came the final week of drills for this graduation. As you can see, many of us are civilians who until NDC had no idea how to walk in a parade, let alone how to march. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, we promised to put our best foot forward this morning, but please be warned that at this moment, we are like cats on hot bricks. We may miss a step or two. Try not to giggle or laugh. You will only make it worse. Do you copy? NDC Manenos, as Kenyans would say, has taught us things. From something that may be as simple as saying sir and ma'am, to high-level strategic issues like crafting the country's grand strategy. On that note, our dear spouses, please bear with us when we respond to your "Hi, love," with "Yes, sir," or "Yes, ma'am." It will take a bit of time for us to shed some of those habits. As for the high-level matters, allow me to let a small cat out of the bag. Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, we learned to take a cue from the commandant's initial words during his regular conversations with us here, to know whether we were headed on the right track. That is, whether we were thinking strategic. If he started his salutation with, "Today, the commandant is a happy man," we knew that we were off the hook and we would breathe a huge sigh of relief. In the absence of that statement, ladies and gentlemen, we knew that our goose was cooked. The wise counsel that he imparted to us since the first day at NDC will forever be etched in our minds. This team in front of you, Your Excellency, sir, has been molded, sharpened, and transformed. It is a team of brave men and women, intelligent and resilient, full of energy, full of grit, and full of passion, all ready to take on the world and make positive change. We are ready to make Kenya great and the world a better place. To all who journeyed with us, the leadership at our respective ministries, departments, and agencies, the faculty and all the staff at NDC, and our dear families and friends, we thank you and we appreciate you. And to my dear colleagues, it would be remiss of me to end this last word without 3 important questions for you to ponder. What may we have left out? What are your expectations today? How do we proceed from here? Finally, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I leave you with the words of Paul Tzu that says, strategic thinking is about keeping the end in mind. And a quote by Tony Sorenson that says, focus on the win and you lose the battle. Focus on the battle and you win. Asanteni sana.